Hi, I'm Liz Haar, and for those of you who know Hinge even just a little, you probably know that we regularly conduct research on the professional services marketplace and then release the results of that research. Well, today I'm pleased to announce a new report from Hinge's 2017 research, Growth and Marketing Insights on the Government Services Industry. Now, in this report, the results include 445 firms, and they all provide services to the government in some way, shape, or form. They really represented a broad spectrum of industries or subverticals within professional services: AEC, tech, healthcare, management consulting, and the like. And as we looked at this bucket of firms that participate in the study, we also looked at the differences between those that would be categorized as small businesses and those that are large, because within government services they do in fact secure business in very different ways. Now in this particular study, we found that a third of the firms that were classified as small businesses also reported very aggressive growth, what we would call high growth, and that is average annual growth of 20% or above. And interestingly, when we looked at the large firms, only 15% of those were able to report the same level of growth. Now, the results of this particular study are part of a larger study from the Hinge Research Institute conducted in 2016 around high growth. And there are some pretty interesting insights in terms of how government services firms in particular market and promote themselves. Here's an example. When it comes to marketing techniques, of the ones that small businesses tend to use, they rated 3 in particular as having the most impact, and that was speaking first, attending conferences and trade shows second, followed by paid online advertising. Conversely, when we looked at the marketing techniques that large firms are using and what they reported to be of most impact, first it was traditional PR, then followed by speaking, followed by 2 other things that were closely tied, and that is leveraging memberships in certain professional associations and hosting webinars. Now, no doubt, those selling services to the government have to promote and market themselves a little differently than pure play B2B firms. So check out this report and see what government contractors are doing in terms of marketing themselves, where they're getting the ROI, and see how you stack up. So just click the link below to download the study. Enjoy.